Yes, full time not long ago here as Gibraltar's FIFA World Cup qualifiers came to an end. 8-0 they lost to Kosovo. I'm joined now by the Gibraltar head coach Stella Gottal. 8-0, difficult scoreline. We knew it was going to be a difficult game.
Yes, definitely. Somehow the result is very tough, and the match was very difficult. But we knew this from the very first moment. When let's say we finished the game against Bulgaria, already the focus was on Kosovo, and we knew that somehow it will be a dead race between Kosovo and Croatia to fight for the first place on the table. And somehow we knew that Kosovo will go with all their power on us because. They try to score as much goals as possible to beat Croatia and to win the first place. So that's why even from the beginning of the match was really difficult. The intensity was really high. Those players are amazing players from Kosovo, technically, tactically. A lot of them, they play in professional leagues. And you could see that definitely they were in a much higher speed than us.
Yeah, just to put into perspective, a lot of the players play in the top division in the Bundesliga, top division in Switzerland. And like you said, when you throw into the mix that they needed to score as many goals as possible, it was the recipe for disaster for us here tonight, unfortunately.
Well, yes, somehow, because we knew that, like mentioned already, they will go with all their power, and this is what actually happened. And also, we had some difficulties with certain injuries, and we know that for us it's the second match. And again, we have still some things that we should work on. And somehow, you mentioned even the previous interview that we didn't play our players the match for a month because the season ended up very quickly. And then somehow, even we tried our best to prepare the players, but always somehow the second match is very tough for us, and especially the second half. But I must admit that even today, the result was 5-0 at the first half, and somehow we didn't fall apart in the second half, even though Kosovo scored those 3 goals, but still they were chasing the goals. But somehow we kept our heads together as a team, and somehow the main idea was never quit. So always just keep going, reset, just keep going, and yeah, today Kosovo was a much better team than us.
It's your first campaign with the team and only the second campaign for Gibraltar as a whole. So how do you reflect on the whole qualifiers?
To be honest, I'm very proud of the players, and somehow the whole campaign for us was a bit like a roller coaster with some good results. Like we had 1-0 defeat against Croatia, even though we lost, but we played amazing match and we had a lot of opportunities up in front. And this is definitely one of the positives that we can take from that match. And then again, we played against Bulgaria, away match, when we scored our first competitive goal, and when everyone was so proud of us, and even players on themselves. So definitely somehow we set up the foundations. Like I said, it was a roller coaster in terms of the results, in terms of emotion, maybe for the players. But somehow also we didn't have any serious injuries, which is very important to mention, because all the experience that now players maybe gained during this campaign and the foundations that we set up will definitely help them in the future in the Nations League that is coming up.
Stella, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
The words of Gibraltar head coach there, Stella Gottal, and as she rightly says, this campaign will be remembered for far more than just the results. There's been some very historic moments here. Of course, our first time playing in the qualifiers, that 1-0 defeat to Croatia here at Europa Point. And let's not forget the historic first goal scored in a competition by Joel Gilbert.